Welcome back. Glad you're streaming with us. A lot of developments in the fallout from that major announcement by former President Donald Trump last night, revealing his 2024 presidential bid for the White House. It's Trump's third bid for the presidency, as you know, and the move comes after pretty disappointing midterms resulting in those losses from Trump-endorsed candidates. Let's bring in Democratic National Committee spokesperson Brad Woodhouse for more. Brad, let's get right to it. You know, Trump is running for president again, and this time with a lot of baggage, Brad, a handful of investigations combined with Republicans blaming him for that baggage and midterm losses. So could another Trump presidency not only be divisive, but some pundits are saying it could be dangerous, especially as the deadly attack on the Capitol continues to loom over all of this?
Well, I certainly think another Trump presidency could be dangerous, and it would be divisive, and it would be chaotic. And I certainly hope that doesn't happen. And look, I think the lesson of this election is that the voters rejected Trumpism. They rejected Trump and they rejected MAGA. And so I think the President Biden's hope would be that at least over the next 2 years, while there is a presidential race to be run, that maybe Kevin McCarthy will have the epiphany that Mitch McConnell did. He said that Republicans lost because voters thought that they were too much on the attack, too negative, and too chaotic. So maybe if Kevin McCarthy has that epiphany, maybe Democrats and Republicans and the president can work together to get some things done. But I'll say this about Donald Trump. I'll never underestimate him again. We've counted him out over and over and over again. After XX Hollywood, after both sides in Charlottesville, after January 6th. So I do believe he's formidable, and I think he's the odds-on favorite to be the nominee because he controls a good portion of the Republican base.
He sure does. That base is totally loyal. It's a great point. He is the comeback kid again and again and again. But let me be a little bit skeptical on the notion of a Kevin McCarthy epiphany, if I may. The Republicans won the House of Representatives essentially to stop President Biden's agenda. So looking at a slim margin, but a Republican-controlled House, where are the opportunities? Americans are craving some kind of bipartisanship. What would that look like if you could get an epiphany happening on the Republican side?
Well, look, I'm not betting that Kevin McCarthy is going to have that epiphany. I believe that is what, President Biden would hope for, and I think what he would strive for. I'm not sure it's the Republican House where this would happen, but, there are a number of Republicans that want to do something about Dreamers, that want to do something about DACA. We know there's Republicans in the Senate that want to do something to codify gay marriage. And, we know we've got to do things on the budget and we've got to pass, appropriations bills. So we got to just do the business of governing. And so, I don't think there's a lot of big things that can be done, but I wouldn't count it out. Look, I don't think Kevin McCarthy is Newt Gingrich, but Newt Gingrich found in 1996 that he thought it would be helpful to his caucus to compromise on a few things with Bill Clinton ahead of that election, and they did. And so I wouldn't count anything out. I do think, though, that it is extremely unlikely. MAGA controls and Trump controls the Republican caucus in the House. The very first person Kevin McCarthy met with after the election last week was Marjorie Taylor Greene. I think that tells you everything you need to know about the direction the House is likely to take.
Brad, meanwhile, families across the nation are getting crushed by inflation, rising prices, many people saddled with credit card debt, unable to buy homes at these high interest rates. What are Democrats going to do next term to help them out?
Well, first of all, let's talk about what Democrats have done. I mean, remember, Democrats, and only Democrats, passed the Inflation Reduction Act, which is going to put lower pressure on prescription drug prices for seniors and on energy costs. And of course, the president has done a lot of other things, including gas from the Strategic Petroleum Reserve. So, Democrats have already tried to do stuff. What has not happened, Republicans have not brought anything to the table. But look, I would hope that we could find some areas of agreement. What we can't do is what they ran on, which is to cut Social Security and to cut Medicare, to make the Trump tax cuts of 2017 permanent. That won't do anything to help the economy. It won't do anything to help people afford the cost of living. If you're cutting Medicare, and if you're cutting Medicaid, and if you're cutting Social Security, which they proposed to do and ran on and lost on, that would be devastating for the economy. It wouldn't help anybody facing high prices.
But there are still families right now that are suffering because of inflation and high prices. And so look to Dems to do. Maybe we can get more on that strategy next time around. Brad Woodhouse, thanks.
Thanks, Brad.
Thank you.
Hi, everyone. George Stephanopoulos here. Thanks for checking out the ABC News YouTube channel. If you'd like to get more videos, show highlights, and watch live event coverage, click on the right over here to subscribe to our channel. And don't forget to download the ABC News app for breaking news alerts. Thanks for watching.